Hello ladies and gentlemen and variations thereupon. I'm Dylan Anderson, also known as Filmin' Dylan. And I'm going to be bringing you something that I have been very excited about, and that is I have been meaning to upgrade my camera. As you can tell by the title, it is going to be a Panasonic GH5. I'm very excited about this because this is a chance to upgrade my current camera that has served me very well, and that is the Canon 600D. There it is with my Rode VideoMic Pro. But in this review, you will be seeing not only the camera, but 3 lenses, not 1, not 2, but 3 lenses, as well as some other groovy stuff. Here it is. There we go. This is the Panasonic Lumix G DC GH5. I did buy all of this stuff from P&H Video in America. I'm currently in Canberra in Australia, so it took a few days to get here, but a lot of people have sworn by it, and I've just got to put a straight up hashtag not sponsored on this. Anyway, let's get this bad boy open. Sorry, I've got some paperwork. That's always pretty. Let's see, we've got the warranty and quite a big, 2 in fact. What do they give us 2? Oh, one's in Spanish. Good to know. Okay, that's not too bad. A lot of features in this, and rightly so because it is such a feature-packed camera. All right, continuing on. Please, before connecting, yes. Okay, obviously that's the main camera there. Let's get this in. Continuing on, and yep, mini HDMI, I believe that is to USB. I could be wrong about that. I've got a charger for one of the batteries. I do have a charger for additional batteries, but we'll get to that a little later on in this video. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. What is that? That is, I don't know, it doesn't say. And of course, a battery. Batteries are very important. Odd choice of tape. It's almost like masking tape. It's just recyclable. Very good. Getting to that. Anything else down there? No. Almost there. Very nice strap on here. I do love, what's the YouTuber? He does all this stuff all the time. MKHD. I believe it's MKHD. He loves the red on black. I've got to say, so do I. That is a great strap for that. Now, for the main feature. Here we go. Nothing else in there. So we might just get rid. Here we go. Oof, I'm already dropping it. Okay. And here it is. The Panasonic Lumix GH5. Look at that. That is just amazing. It's not that heavy. I thought it would be heavier for everything that's inside it. We've got dials along here. Really good feel to them. And yeah, I thought that was focusing a lot better than what it was. See, another reason why it's good to upgrade. Wireless. It does come with wireless and a great touchscreen as well. Oh, that's very nice. Ooh. Looks like it has programmable buttons as well, and a little nipple to go along with everything there. Battery compartment. Let's see if it has any charge with it. Another good feature is the dual SD card slots. Now, it can do quite a few different things here. It can either record simultaneously, so you have 2 copies of the same vision. It's always good to have a bit of redundancy. It can also take just continuously record. So we've got a whole heap of I/O ports. Let's see, this one says microphone. So this looks to be a 3.5mm or TRS input jack. But there is something coming up later in this video which will give me much more audio control. And we've got headphone jack, which is always good. So we've got a full HDMI, so that other cable must not be a normal mini HDMI. Oh, it's USB-C. Oh, there you go. This is my first USB-C device. How very exciting indeed. On the other side, again, we've got the card slots, white balance ISO, another function button. I do love programmable function buttons. It just makes the whole experience a lot more personal. This camera has a 4K video sensor, but it can jump up to 6K when doing photos. As I said, this does have our mic input for a TRS, but I want to use XLR microphones, and I might have a few of them. I can't just stick them in that. So they have given us an option with the Panasonic XLR1, which should give me a few more cable options. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Unboxing number 2. If I can get it open, that is. All right. More user manuals. I am not going to be short of bedtime reading. Moving on, and another really nice case. Panasonic really do like having their little pouches, which is a good, very good, because I don't like things getting scratched and scuffed and whatnot, which is very handy. All right, so another bit of. So far, I haven't had to use my Lebanon, so it's been a nice experience. And there is the device right here. It's a lot smaller than what I was expecting. It's exactly as I expected. It's got 2 XLR inputs. Cables, you wouldn't be able to fit an XLR cable in that, so I'm not sure what that is. Maybe headphones or something like that. It doesn't have monitoring output, but you get that from the camera. And this connects to the camera via its hot shoe, which is very good because you don't have to have a bunch of cables sticking out, which is very nice. This gives us quite a few different options, as you would expect from when you want to use XLRs. So so it's pretty much set the same on each side. So mic and line and a 48 volts or phantom power, which is very handy. Mic, obviously, if you're going from a microphone, or line if you're going from like a mixer or a split or something completely different. We've got our different gain settings, so that's nice. So you've got your main gain, so -20 if it's getting a bit loud, 0 normal, and then 20 for a if it's something's very, very quiet. And you've also got your levels here, so your pots. They feel nice. They have a little bit of resistance, but they glide pretty freely, which is always good. And I can set what I want to go to channel 1 and channel 2. I can have channel 1 entirely, or I can have input 1 and 2, which will be a stereo mix. And I'm wondering is if the ALC, if I turn that on and have input 1 and 1, will that have one channel, what I set it to, and one as a safety? I was right that it does stand for automatic level control, and I found, but I'm not sure if it does what I think it does. If it uses input 1 as a safety track, so that is something that I'm going to have to test myself and come back to you with. And you've also got your high pass and low pass filters as well when wind or there's like an air conditioning noise or something that you want to cut off. This clear case comes down and I can easily just change my levels on the go. When I'm holding it in my hands, I can just fiddle around like that without having to fear that I'm going to bump or change accidentally, like switch it to line. If I'm listening to a line and then switch it to mic, that I'm not going to accidentally deafen myself or accidentally switch to 48 volts and destroy a ribbon microphone that I'm using. Doubt I would ever use a ribbon microphone, but hey, that's cool. So that's that. My theory with buying the lenses is that I want to be able to do quite a lot of things. So I wanted to have a standard lens, something that will get me from day to day. I can get pretty much all the shots that I want, and then the other two will do things that lens can't do. So I've got my standard lens, I also have a good wide lens, and then I have a really nice macro or portrait or prime lens. Is the 8 to 18 lens. Now you'll notice that I've bought into the Panasonic family with the Lumix G, and I'm sure a lot of people will tell you you don't need to do that. Sigma, Olympus, Canon, they all make lenses. You can even buy mounts to go on the 4/3 micro 4/3 mount that the camera has. But my thinking is the simple understanding is the people that made the camera made the lenses. They know the engineering, they know the intricacies, that this lens will work perfectly with this camera. And so I'm very, very excited. Let's get going, shall we? All right, unboxing number 3. All right, more paperwork. Hopefully I don't need to go on about that. Ooh. So in here we've got a little bit of accessories. We've got the that's plastic, but that's cold. That's metal. So this is the lens hood, and the lens hood seems to have a aluminium base to it. The actual hood is plastic, but the base plate is a very nice, it's a very nice aluminium finish. And I mean, it should be. This lens cost me over $1,000, so I'm happy that it's a quality lens hood. And then here's the lens itself. Again, I'm getting this with a lot of the products here. It's just a lot smaller than what I thought it would be. But again, oh, it's so cold, it's so nice. It's hand finished. Yeah. So this is an 8-18 zoom lens with a aperture of 2.8 to 20, f-stop 2.8 to 22. And that's important because I could get cheaper lenses that had like an f.48, but I didn't see the point of getting a low light camera without getting a lens fast enough to do nice low light or to get really nice shallow depth of field. So all these lenses here come with at least 2.8. Let's have a look inside. That is stunning. I do love that. Brand new camera, brand new lenses. Ah, beautiful, just beautiful. And just taking that off, we can see that sensor in there. And again, the reason that this camera has such good stabilization is that the sensor itself is on a 5-axis stabilization. The sensor itself. So it's going to, I can see a little bit of wobble. I can see a little bit of wobble as I'm moving the camera around. So it is protected from any shake, even when operating the camera itself. And there we go. So that's the camera with the first lens. So does this, doesn't twist 360, but that's fine. I can live with that. When there's a camera, a lens attached to the camera, it doesn't come up with me with asking what kind of lens, what kind of focal length. And I think that's the other reason why I got this camera, got the lenses for this camera, is because all that information gets to the camera. It's already got that information and it knows what it's doing. So some of the automatic functions it can do quite nicely. As we just fired it up, I just noticed that it also has XLR inputs. So if I take that off, and now we just get the left and right. And we also notice that I'm getting a stereo internal microphone. I still wouldn't trust an internal mic, but that is still interesting. And so we've got our first lens on here, and I've just chucked it into manual mode with this very nice touchscreen. And straight up, I've noticed about these lenses, and probably the first thing about them is you control the aperture with this. It's very nice. I think this is pretty standard with most lenses. But if I go to zoom in, you will notice that the aperture, if you can still see it down here, changes. So you just got to be aware of that. And I think that's just a physical limitation. So it has a minimum focus distance of 20 centimeters. And I really want to go out and have a go. So I won't spend too much of this time doing that. Okay, so example. Again, I wanted to say that I wanted to have my kit ready and I didn't want to buy many things as I go along. So I'm out in the blazing sun and I want to get really nice depth of field, but I'm already at the top of my, but I can't go to the top of my lens. I can't go to that beautiful 2.8 because I'll blow everything out. But I want that shallow depth of field. What am I to do? Well, I just chuck on one of these. And for each lens that I have a set of polarizers, a set of NDs, and a polarizer. And if you don't know what a polarizer does, if you've ever worn polarizing sunglasses, it just takes the reflections out of glass, out of water. A great piece to have. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm not going to spend too much time on these. You can pretty much think of these as sunglasses for your camera. And again, they come in this very nice case, which I'll be labeling for each lens. And it even has a little spot which I can keep the 0.6, 0.9, 1.2. Also got this one. Wrong way. Ah! Sticky tape! I got to pull out the leather man! Boop! I like doing this. It's very clean. Very clean indeed. Ooh. Don't really like how it's jiggling about like that, but whatever. And actually oh, it's double foam. That's fine. And yeah, and we've got our ND. Our polarizer, which also comes with threading. So if I wanted to throw a ND on that, I can. So right now, so that's an ND going through a polarizer. So if I wanted to see through water to get fish, I can do that. But I can also drop down the stops. So it gives me a lot of flexibility through that. More of the same. Yep, nice lens hood, aluminium body. And similar lens bag. It's been nicely tucked away because it knows that we don't need it. I know how to work the lens. Out you come, my friend. Again, these lenses are a lot smaller than what I thought they would be. So yes, the 12 to 60 millimeter is my standard zoom. And you can tell because when I do that, it telescopes. Hello. Oh, let's try again. No, it's back out to putty. So yeah, this has the exact same aperture range as my wide. So it has the 2.8 to 22 f-stop to 2.8. You get what I'm saying. So I know that both of these will handle the light pretty much exactly the same. And again, that comes with a polarizing lens, which we'll try and endeavor to get open. Let them on. Let them on. There we go, Leatherman. Again, a nice little polarizer to go with the Typhon ND range, which again comes in a nice little kit. And I've just noticed, it comes with a little ID, so I can put my name, I can put what lens this is for. That is a really good idea. I quite like that. They even come in little tissue paper. See, that's a good idea. They just can't come in there already handled for the world. Like that. And you, my friend, can go in there. and I'll wrap you up in some lens cloth in a little bit. Fourth unboxing of, and that is this. This is my prime lens, and the only one that can go less than these two, more open, is the f1.5 25mm. Now remember that at a 35mm equivalent, this is a 50mm. I think that's right. At a 35mm focal length, this is a 50mm equivalent. And I have a 50mm for my Canon. Absolutely love it. It's very nice. I call it my nifty 50. And let's have a look. Again, we've got a lens hood. Again, yep, this is also the cheapest lens of the kit, going at $148 on B&H. That's all in USD as well. Yeah, it's a little bit different design, but sort of makes sense for a prime. Box. And the only lens to come in bubble wrap. Isn't that interesting? I think it is. All right. And again, how small these lenses are. Wow. I suppose micro four thirds makes sense that to have this being a small lenses, but there you go. This thing is absolutely teeny tiny, inchy winchy teeny tiny. Again, Lumix G6. Oh, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful, guys. This that is just something. That's just gorgeous. Look at that blur. So that is pretty nifty, guys. I'm loving that. And of course, again, that comes with polarizer and a set of NDs. It's another, they're all different, but this one comes in the same case as the first one. There you go. Teeny tiny little ND filters. Just brilliant. Oh. Okay, so I've got a fantastic camera, 3 amazing lenses, and I've got proper audio inputs and control. So I'm all set for a day of filming, except I've only got one battery. Dun dun dun. Except I have 2 more. Oh my god, how about that? Now, I would like to point out that B&H do a filmmaker's bundle with the GH5, and I really wanted to get that because it comes with the GH5, none of the lenses. It comes with the GH5, the XLR1, 2 batteries, a shotgun microphone, and a shock mount to go on top of the hot shoe. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that, and that's because I live in Australia, I would have had to travel via a plane, most likely in the cargo hold. And that's problematic because the diaphragms in microphones can break. So that's very important to know about microphones. It's like when ears pop in your when you're flying. It's a similar thing, but it can be very damaging to microphones. So it makes sense that manufacturers don't want them sent. So I'll have to buy my own microphone here in Australia, which is fair enough. But it's also a good tip if you're traveling with microphones, make sure you take your microphones in your carry-on luggage. Anyway, I've also got these 2 batteries. Which I'll have to ask my letter. It's a letter, it's not a man-made letter, but it's a multi-tool that's very good to have. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah. Leatherman. It's Jean Leatherman. It's a very good Leatherman. Very good Leatherman. I like my Leatherman. Can I get this open? Now I've got my Leatherman. That is one battery. And I'm going to do an unsafe thing because I cannot be ash to use this. So I'm going to use this serrated knife. I think that's Jean Leatherman. Oh, it's Jean Leatherman. Oh, Jean Leatherman. With a serrated knife. On my Leatherman. On my Leatherman. I can get to my Leatherman with my Leatherman. Leatherman. So you would have noticed that these are not the official Panasonic batteries. I can get that out. But how can you tell which one's the Panasonic battery? Oh, what? Can you follow them? Can you follow them? What? What? Which one? Which one is the official Panasonic battery? Comment now down below. Shit, I don't know now. Is it that one? No. So these ones are the Power 2000, which was included in that filmmaker's bundle. And I assumed if B&H liked these batteries enough to include them in a filmmaker's bundle instead of the official Panasonic ones, I reckon they're good enough for me. These ones actually have more power in them than the official Panasonics. The Panasonics have 1,860 milliamp per hour, while the Power 2000 has 2,100 milliamps per hour, and it comes at a higher wattage as well. So when I'm running the XLR1, a higher wattage would probably come in handy. So yes, 3 batteries should easily get me through a full day of shooting, even with 4K. Okay guys, that's it for this unboxing. And to recap, I got the amazing GH5 Panasonics. I've got 3 batteries, the Panasonic XLR1 kit to go with it, and I've got 3 amazing lenses. I have a wide angle lens, a standard or zoom lens, and a prime for nice portraits and depth of field shots. I've also got ND filters and a polarizer filter for each of the lenses, which is very important for when you're shooting. I'm still waiting on a tripod for this, as well as a 3-piece lighting kit. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I just really wanted to make this because I was so excited to get this camera that I thought I would not be doing it justice if I didn't film an unboxing. If you guys have any questions about the camera or anything in general, I'm not really a guru, but you can ask me anything you like. I will do my very best to answer them, and let me know if you want me to do another video just having a look at the general overview of my experience with the GH5. Anyway guys, I have been Filmin' Dylan. Please, if you liked the video, then give it a like. But if you want to see more of these videos, or maybe not more of these, I don't really upload videos that regularly. As I said before, I'm doing other things and I can't really keep up a YouTube channel, but I do post these random things at random. So if you want to be part of my circle and just want to be kept on what I'm doing, then hit the subscribe button. I do try to put as much effort as possible into the things that I do. So again, thank you so much, and I will be hopefully seeing you in another video, maybe about the GH5. Thanks guys, see ya.